Our session on spoken and written English. Spoken and written English language. Now we're going to look at 4 keywords today. Place and room, appetite and desire. Place, room, appetite and desire. We're going to look at place and room, appetite and desire. Now before we look at the examples on the board, we are going to explain 2 things. Here, in this lesson that we're doing, we don't use place for room. Therefore, place cannot be used in the sense of room. We are not using place in the sense, you should not use place in the sense of room. Room means here, as we are using it here, an unoccupied space. We are using room as an unoccupied space. Unoccupied space, room. So don't use place in the sense of room. Here we are using room as to mean unoccupied space, a space that is not occupied, that is not taken, is vacant. Okay? A place that is vacant is not occupied. That is how we are using room here. Now when we come to appetite and desire, appetite is generally used of food. When we say appetite, we generally use appetite of food. But when we talk about desire, we use that for study, work, play. That is when we use desire. So, for study, work, play, we use such words as desire, disposition, inclination. That is where we use such words. Let me say that again. Appetite is used for or of food. Appetite, we use appetite when we are talking about food. But desire when we are talking about study, work, or play. We can also use such words as disposition and inclination. Now, because of that, I say it is wrong to say, is there place for Johnson in the box? Remember we say, don't use place in the sense of room. Room, we use that to mean unoccupied space. So it is wrong to say, is there place for Johnson in the box? No, say, is there room for Johnson in the box? Is there room for me in that car? Is there room for me in that vehicle? Is there room for me in that bus? That is unoccupied space. Wrong to say, there is no room for Jude in this discussion. Say, there is no place for Jude in this discussion. There is no place for Jude in this discussion. Okay, wrong to say, number 3, my son has no appetite at all to study. No, say, my son has no desire at all to study. Has no desire at all to study. Wrong to say, number 4, James has no desire for fufu and carrot. No, say, James has no appetite for fufu and carrot. James has no appetite for fufu and carrot. And so that is that. Let's go through our lessons today. We are looking at 4 keywords: place and room, appetite and desire. We say don't use place in the sense of room. Here we are using room to mean unoccupied space. Unoccupied space. Appetite is when is used of food. Is used of food. Desire, we use desire for study, work, or play. Therefore, it is wrong to say, is there place for Johnson in the bus? No. Say, is there room for Johnson in the bus? Is there room for me in the car? Wrong to say number 2, there is no room for Jude in this discussion. There is no room for Jude in this. No. Say, there is no place for Jude in this discussion. There is no place for Jude in this discussion. Wrong to say number 3, my son has no appetite at all to study. No. Say, my son has no desire at all to study. Wrong to say number 4, James has no desire for fufu and carrot. The correct way to say that is James has no appetite for fufu and carrot. James has no appetite for fufu and carrot. That is that on these lessons concerning place and room, appetite and desire. If you like our video, share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Please don't forget to support our community-based adult literacy program.